Today we'll be starting at the back down by the creek. So it was about 10 days of heavy rain. And so there was thankfully no flooding, but the creek was, really high. I'll pop in some videos as well to show you how high the creek was. But the land is sort of only starting to recover. So I'll take you on a bit of a tour and I'll show you all the work that, despite the rain, we've still managed to get done. After over a week of pretty heavy rain, this is what the flooding looks like now. I've just trenched the back part because Herman was able to move a lot of the mulch. Now I'm able to kind of cut a path through so that the back part of the land can drain. This is by far the highest I have ever seen the creek at the back of the land. It really, it's almost at the level of the back part of the land, probably a meter more. Yeah, maybe a meter more, and it would be definitely the back part of the land would be completely flooded. So hopefully tonight and tomorrow have less rain. This is just a few hours break. There's a patch of sun which we haven't really seen for days, but in a few hours it's all meant to get quite wet again. The garden is doing mostly okay, but definitely some parts of it are a little bit underwater. Hopefully it doesn't seem to be like a standing water thing. It seems to still be draining. It's just a bit of a delay on getting rid of the water in there. This is the part of the garden that's a little bit underwater right now. It would drain eventually, but I'm just going to, dig a trench along the side of the papaya forest to get rid of that water quick. The rains have finally cleared, but the things that have grown possibly the most are mushrooms. They are ginormous mushrooms that have loved all the rain, but they're almost, maybe in another few days they'd be as tall as maybe my knees. But they're very beautiful mushrooms. Probably not for eating though. So down by the creek, I've started clearing away some of the trees here. These are really the last trees on the lot that I am hoping to get rid of. So there's still a bit of a stumpy situation here, but that used to be all the way up in there. It's full of mosquitoes in here after the rain, so I'm going to try and move really quickly. This one here, I've taken a little bit off, but that's going to be a big one to take down with Herman's help. And then this scrubby tree in here as well will also be coming out. To compare the creek with the videos that I'll put in, that's how far down it is now. So it's the rains have cleared away and definitely everything's pretty much back to normal. Herman's been busy clearing the mulch mountain and putting it, you can see some of where I had to trench to get out the last little bit of the water. It's still a little bit damp through here. I'll take you over to the guava tree. So I have sawed off, trimmed, that's what I did. I trimmed some of the guava a little bit more because Herman has done a great job of taking away all the weeds and stuff and putting mulch down there. And so now hopefully this will reseed itself with grass and I'll be able to just take the mower down here instead of trying to go all the way around it like before. We got rid of a few ants' nests this morning. The green ants, they had a big home up here, so I took lots of that out. And actually there was probably 3, and I imagine there's still probably some more up there, so I'll keep an eye out over the next little while. And over here I've just been adding because of the new electric mower and the catcher on it, I've just been putting the grass clippings all around to help bring back nutrients to the very bare soil over here. Oh, I did the soil test as well. So the soil test results show that it's really mainly just the pH is fine, everything's good except for nitrogen. It's really ridiculously low in nitrogen, and I think that's why when I was adding the rooster booster, which is higher in nitrogen, things really took off well. So for now, until I get more compost going, definitely that rooster booster is key. But I was really happy that the pH is ideal for growing, and the potassium and the phosphorus, I think it is, they're all good as well. And in fact, one of them is really high, which is good, because obviously the plants can use that. I've relocated one of the elephant ears over to there, so now the whole thing is full up with elephant ears, and they have been doing exceptionally well during the rain. They seem to love the wet, and this thing has taken off really well. This is a new one from the neighbor a few doors down. I'm not really too sure what it is, but he gave it to me, and I was very happy to have another plant. Over here, the jackfruit also seemed to be remarkably well adjusted in the rain. There weren't any issues there. It's coming along really well. As a matter of fact, it's growing really quickly, even though it was like a little bit underwater for a while. The papaya forest, not as great. So they just don't seem to like getting their roots wet much at all. And so now, I don't know, I hope that they're still going to be alive. But as you can see here, I've taken off like the dead leaves from just this one alone. That one was like a massive, it was doing really well. And they just kind of, that one's okay. But yeah, it was really unfortunate. Like they would be at least a month, probably 2 months behind. Some of them are bare stalks, just like they were, like when I put in the papaya forest. The Panama berry, that seems to be doing fairly fine. I don't see any major issues with it. It's started to grow again, I think. So I think it handled the transplant pretty well. We had to trench all this area out. It was just things to deal with as well. I've got all this dirt that I need to sort out. Over here, so I've just been putting the clippings down the side. The elephant ears seem to really love that, and they're just growing like crazy. The stevia was flowering all over the place, and then I was all celebrating it, going, "Yay, go stevia!" But unfortunately, flowering means that it loses the sweetness in the leaves. So it said, as soon as you see the flowering, pinch off the flowers. So I've done that, and now it looks like it did a few weeks ago. And I think I've pretty much given up on the little watermelons. They don't seem to be growing very well outside the garden. But the sunflowers are, they were fine throughout the rains. Like, they've been growing heaps. Over here, the papaya seedlings that we moved from the bin into the row back here, this was like all underwater, so they all died. I don't know if the seeds that we planted down through here will come up, but I'll give them probably another week or two. Most of the other stuff is still alive. Like there's a tomato plant over here that's still alive. The garlic chives down here are still alive. And the really great news is, look at all these tomatoes. So I have 3 tomatoes now, and it's still flowering a lot, so I hope that there's lots more on the way. And over here, this is where like the garden miracles have been happening, because it's just, I don't know if they're normally flowering that much, but there's a lot of flowers here, and they are getting super ginormous. These ones are like making a run for it here. To show you how like they're really super big, and there's just so many flowers in them. And there's actually cucumbers growing now. Like I can see little baby cucumbers that have started to appear. And like even the gherkin cucumbers, these ones that I kind of mixed in with the others, they're doing really well, surprisingly well. The chili, you can still see like all these green leaves are the new ones, so it's growing really well. And the cucamelons, this one here, they're doing pretty well too. They've been growing throughout the past couple weeks and putting on lots of new leaves. The shallots, we have been picking the shallots like probably once a week, and they're just growing so fast now that we literally can't eat them fast enough. which is a great position to be in, but kind of sad because before I thought, oh, I'll just keep waiting, and then now we've got like all of these amazing, they taste amazing, but yeah, there's just so many of them now that they're almost going to waste. Well, they are going to waste. These ones here, the watermelons, they have like this. Check out this watermelon. It goes all the way past the shallots and then over to here. And there are watermelons growing. I should have actually picked one out beforehand, but there are little baby watermelons that have started to form, and you can actually, like, you can tell that they're actually little watermelons. And the passion fruit, yeah, it's doing all right. It hasn't grown too much, but given that it was only planted, I think maybe a week ago, it is definitely growing. And I should probably cover it up with some more mulch, but it's okay for now. Everything is just kind of on standby in here. There are heaps of papaya. These are the remaining papaya that I haven't used, but they were growing so quickly I knew that I had to move them really fast. And so as soon as the rains, oh, hold on. These caladium, this thing has been growing like massively throughout all the rains. And so I've just moved, yeah, and these ones as well. They've all grown new leaves, and so I planted this one and this one from this one. And so now, yeah, it should be all little caladiums all the way through. The aloe vera surprisingly made it through. These were all underwater, and so they're looking a little bit unwell, but I have no doubt they will come back. So the papaya, I have moved, you can see, about probably every meter and a half, maybe every 2 meters. But also the chili plant is still, yeah, it's still doing quite well and growing. I'm sure it'll do better once the ground dries out a lot as well. But yeah, there's more papaya, so every couple meters here, more papaya, more papaya, more papaya, more and more. So I'm hoping that this whole, like the whole side up until the elephant ears will end up being papaya, and I've given them, yeah, a lot of rooster booster, a lot of great soil to start them off, so that should be quite good. And then, oh, somewhere around here, oh yeah, the bananas, this one is started to grow. This was like the last one that I was waiting for it to grow, and I'm really happy with that. But all the rest of the bananas, they are just exploding. So yeah, now it's alternating papaya, banana. You can see how much they've grown just in the past week. Papaya, banana, more papaya. This one has got huge big leaves. More papaya, banana, papaya, banana, more papaya, more banana, and somewhere in here there was, oh yeah, there's the papaya in there. Sugarcane, it's actually got a brand new shoot, so it's also doing really well throughout the rains. And this is, yeah, oh yeah, this banana, I've seen something growing down inside there, but it's really slow going for this one. So I hope it starts to grow pretty soon. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I guess the other big thing is that this used to all be like just bare dirt, and now it's all gone green and seeded itself. So it kind of feels like the land got bigger, because it was all the trees over here that used to drop stuff here, and then there was nothing growing, but now there is. So I think that's all the big news. There's been a lot of stuff going on, even though we took quite a few days off due to the rain. But yeah, the garden didn't stop, so that's great news for this update.